Hey, it's Jag, and today I've made some decisions.
Yeah.
In my last video, at the end of it, I described some of the things that I still haven't decided what I want to do on this guitar, and I asked what your guys' opinion was. And being that it's getting very close to the deadline, I've made those decisions, and this is what I'm sticking with. I am going to use these ferrules that have the brass look when I take the chrome off. I made a little jig, and I did sand these and polish them a bit. They come out looking very, very faded gold, which I actually think is going to look really nice on the ash on the back of the body. I think because the ferrules are on the back and the only other gold hardware you're going to see from the back is the tuning machines, and they're up at the headstock, that's not going to be so noticeable. And like I say, these ferrules really match the ash quite well, and they're the ones without the lip around the top, so they will sit flush into the body. So I think those are going to look good. I have also decided that I'm going to go with two pickups on this guitar. That's kind of been in the back of my mind all along about this. Butch Jr. is going to have two P90s in it, so I don't want to make two guitars with P90s. And virtually all my other guitars have a humbucker in the bridge and two single coils. I really didn't want a Telecaster setup in this one. And I really thought something that had two humbuckers, that thicker, creamier kind of sound, even though I'm going to go for PAF specs on the pickups, they're going to be higher output than single coils and a little bit rounder, creamier sounding. So I think that's going to work really well in this guitar. So that's what I'm doing for that. In terms of the neck pocket, I'm going to fly a little bit off the cuff on this and just kind of decide as I go along. I am going to get the neck pocket to a little bit closer to its final depth, maybe its actual final depth, because the other thing I want to do, this guitar is pretty darn heavy. So I am going to, I probably should have done this before I cut the body, but I'm actually going to put this through my planer, assuming it will fit. I better check. It looks like the body will just fit through the planer. I will have to feed it from the neck heel end. That wouldn't be my ideal choice, but the grain is going this way, so I want to minimize the chip out. And with the cutter head going this way, if I put the butt end of the guitar through first, we're going to have some chip out for sure. And I'm going to take the body down by about 1/8 of an inch. Right now it's 1 3/4 thick, pretty standard. I think if I slim it down to 1 5/8 that will take some weight off. It will also make it a little slimmer. And I am going to be doing a belly carve and an arm carve, so that will take some weight off as well. And of course, none of the cavities are routed yet. What I'm hoping to get done today is polish those ferrules up so they look nice. I will take the body down by 1/8 of an inch, and I think I will get the cavities for the pickups routed as well, and maybe even the control panel cavity. So we'll be well on our way then. Okay, well, those are looking pretty good. Might do a little more polishing up, but I think we're good there. So it's on to re-thicknessing the body. All right, well, that's the body thinned down to 1 5/8. It actually looks more right. Hopefully that will lighten the final guitar a little bit. Next thing to do is going to be to route the cavities for the pickups. At the moment, I'm leaning toward using cream rings. Down the road, I think it would be pretty cool to make some wood pickup rings for that. I don't know if I'll have time for that. So I'm going to go with cream rings for now. So I'm ready to start marking for where I want to put the pickups on this guitar. In terms of placement of the pickups, you can put pickups anywhere along the length of the strings that you can fit them, basically. What I like is for the neck pickup to be as close to the fingerboard as I can get it. There is a harmonic roughly in this area, and I think if the neck pickup goes under there, it changes the tone. That particular harmonic is not being amplified there because the string is pivoting at that point for that harmonic. And I think that has a lot to do with the sound, the really nice chimey sound you can get from particularly a neck single coil. So I always like to have my my neck pickup, whether it's single coil or humbucker, right underneath that harmonic note if I can get it. Usually that happens if you set it as close to the fingerboard as you can get it. We have a certain amount of distance here from the 22nd fret to the pickup that we aren't going to be able to use because I am using pickup surrounds on this, and even if I wasn't, the pickup could only go as close as this overhang. The bridge pickup, I generally like to have the bridge pickup so that the back of the pickup itself, not the pickup ring, but the pickup itself, I like to have that be about 25 mil from the intonation line. So that's where I've lined up this pickup, and there's two reasons for that. One, it just, to me, looks better. If you have the ring or the pickup really close to the bridge, it just doesn't look right to me. This looks about right. The other reason is the more you move your pickup forward, the warmer and darker it's going to sound. The closer you can put it to the bridge, the brighter or harsher it will sound. So I really find that this is a pretty good placement for the bridge pickup. It's not too harsh there, but it's also not starting to get woolly. So generally that's where I like to place it. So the template has a center line marked on it. So what I will do is I will measure, I will place the template on here so that the back of the pickup is about 1 inch from the intonation line, and then I'll note where the center line of the pickup template is, and I will draw a line so that I know where to place that when I'm ready to actually start routing this. For the neck pickup route, I'm going to just mark a line where I have the pickup ring here, and then I will figure how far back to the center of the template, to the center line of that template, I need to go, and I will draw a perpendicular line there. Then when I put the template on, I can line up the crosshairs of the two center lines for routing. So going to take a few minutes, take this bridge off, take these pickups out of the way, and mark where I'm going to put everything, and then just double check how everything's looking to me at that point. To make the marking easy, what we need to do is leave enough room for the pickup ring before the opening for the pickup route. So I like to take one of the taller pickup rings, put it upside down, and that way I can put it against the fingerboard overhang, and I can make a mark, and I know that's the farthest forward that I can make that opening for the humbucker route. Over here at the bridge, like I said, I like to be about at 25 millimeters forward from the bridge to the back of the pickup. The template itself is a little bit wider, about 1/4 of an inch wider than the pickup itself. So I will put the template on, but I will set it back about 1/8 of an inch so that when the pickup ring and when the pickup is on, the pickup centers with the back of the pickup right at about 1 inch, give or take. So that will be the center line for the pickup routing template. Right there. And for the neck pickup, now this should be perpendicular here because I've got it lined on my center line, but I'm going to do the same thing and use my protractor just to make sure I've drawn this in perpendicular. So the center line of the neck pickup is right here. The center line for the bridge pickup is right here. I'll just double check how that lines up. That's looking pretty good. And same here. That's all looking pretty good. So I'm going to get this template stuck down, and we'll be ready to route for the bridge pickup. I'm going to hog out most of this material for the pickup cavities using my drill press and a Forstner bit. I'm going to start with a 1/2-inch Forstner bit to get all of the corners, and then I'll go to a 3/4 or maybe even a larger to get the bulk of it out. Normally when people route for the pickup, they route about 3/4 of an inch-ish for the pickup and the bottom of the screw holes, and then drill a couple of holes 1/2 inch deep or so for the tabs. Because I want to lighten up this guitar a little bit, I'm actually going to go the full depth of these tabs, which is about 1 1/8 or about 28.5 millimeters. That will help me take a little bit more weight off this guitar. So I have marked a line here. I don't know if you can see it. And then I've set up the bit so that the tip of the point on the Forstner bit doesn't quite go that deep. I don't like when you have those little dimples in a cavity. It just bugs me. I like a nice smooth cavity. So I will finish up that last bit with a router pass. So I'm going to start drilling out the material by getting these corners. Then I will change to a larger bit, reset so that I have a good depth, and then hog out the rest, and then we'll get to the router. All right, well, I got the pickup cavities routed. They're looking great. No mistakes, yay. At this point, we're getting close to the middle of September, so I'm starting to feel like I'm really going to come down to the wire. I'm going to not do so much talking, just a quick explanation of things I'm going to do, and then just film actually doing it. The next thing I want to do is mark for the placement of the toggle switch, the volume, the tone, and the output jack, and make the templates for those and route the cavities. I do want to put the toggle up on the top bout. That's one of the things I really like about a Les Paul is where the toggle switch is. It's, you know, on a Strat or Telecaster, it's okay down here, or a PRS with it being back here, but I actually find it a lot easier to switch pickups, just a quick flick of the wrist when I'm playing. I like to actually have the volume control somewhere around where it would be on a Telecaster, which is a little farther down here, or a Strat, which is actually a little close to the bottom corner of the pickup. I like both those spots. On the Tele, it's a little more out of the way. I don't have as much chance to bump it, but I actually never have a problem with the placement of the volume control on a Strat, and it's easier to reach, you know, with your little finger, you know, in the middle of playing, and adjust. You can even adjust the volume while you're actually still picking. So I think I'm going to place the volume control roughly where it would go on a Strat. I'm going to take a ruler and from where I'm going to put the toggle and where the volume control is, I will lay that ruler across, and then I'll set the tone control back about 2 inches, what's that, about 55 mil, 2.5 inches or so actually, from the volume control. And then the output jack, I'm going to use a Strat style output cup, and I'm going to set that back here and sort of parallel to that line. So I'm going to just get to marking where I want the toggle first. So I want it roughly in the center of this section of the guitar. That looks about right. 45 mil from the intonation line, and about 75 mil from the center line. That looks like actually a pretty good compromise between where it would be on a Telecaster, which would be about that far forward but a little farther down, and a Strat, which would be actually a little farther back but closer to the pickup. So if I put the tone control right about here, that's 2 inches. Right about there. And then if I put the output jack right about here, that gives me a straight line here for these controls, and it also gives me a sort of a semicircle right about here for the volume, tone control, and the output jack. Yeah, I could trouble over this all day, but that's what I'm going with. So I just need to mark where the output jack cup is going to go. Now what I need to do is make those templates. I already did draw out my plans for these templates. I need to make 3 for the control cavity. Of course, this will go on the other side of the guitar. I need to make a cavity cover. I also need to make a routing template to make that hole for the cavity cover to sit in. And then the inner cavity will be a template shaped like this. I still got 1/2 inch before I get to the edge of the guitar here. I also drew for the output jack. That's just one simple template to make this hole. For the toggle switch, I need to make 1 round cover. Then I need to make, again, another negative of that, and then the internal will be like this one here. So I'm going to get started making those templates right now.